Hello everybody, Gerone Wright here again, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel. Okay, in this video, through my paranormal experience and encounter, you're going to find that we're back here at the Egyptian Great Sphinx, and these are images of the Great Sphinx. Okay, in order for you to find out where I'm at here with this within this video, you can Google, and which I did Google, is images for the Great Sphinx buried in sand. I Googled images for the Great Sphinx buried in sand. Okay, now why would I Google images for the Great Sphinx buried in sand? Well, through my paranormal experience and encounter, I know that, I don't have no way of being in Egypt and associating myself with what is going on with the Sphinx right now in this point and in this era, because I know that whatever was there to be seen and realized then and felt and experienced has long ago been contaminated. So through my paranormal experience and encounter, my instinctive knowledge and my instinctive multidimensional sense of awareness tells me to go back to the images when the Great Sphinx was being relieved of his sand, or removed from the sands, or the sands removed off of the Great Sphinx. Because then my connection with what I'm already realizing through my multidimensional sense of awareness allows me to be drawn into what is there, as if I'm there at the period that this Egyptian monument was being unearthed, or removed from the earth. Okay, or the earth removed from it, should I say. Now I'm drawn into this image. Now I first realized that earlier on images of this done by, I think it's David Roberts or Robert Davids, an artist whom I've decoded his artwork, that the Great Sphinx had been altered. Now, in this, actually, when I get done with this video, you're gonna realize that the earlier when the Great Sphinx was unearthed, it did not have what I'm calling its fins. It did not have its fins intact. They were distorted. All of these earlier images of that Great Sphinx being taken out of the sand, or the sand removed from around the Great Sphinx, that's the better way of putting it, that there was distortion with the fins on the Sphinx. Now I'm going to go into let me click on the one, and there's one there. And hold on now, let me go back. All right, hold on, we can go. No, we're good. I want to show you something about this. And I don't want to make this video drawn out because I can get right to the point. Now, notice that these are not even. That those fins are not even on this Great Sphinx. Okay? So how did they get even? Something's been done here. Something's been altered. A restoration process which made these even. Now, my position is that these monuments are symbolizations of genetic change, not just physically, outwardly, but inwardly as well. And through the bodies of the creatures that came before and after that caused for these changes, everything is shown. So, before there was the image of and likenesses of mankind and womankind, there was ape kind. So the ape is shown right there on the side of the fin. And the ape likenesses is that of the African man and ape man and it's shown in the fin. And this is why you have a almost like silhouette like image of the ape in the fin of this great Sphinx, which was later altered, because all of the images of the great Sphinx that came thereafter, that restoration, removes that face. Amazing. Now I'm going to give you a closer up image of this. Let me take one that's, let's take this one here. There it is there. People, this is clearly the bottom chin, the fat underneath the neck. Here's the chin, the mouth, the nose, and the eye area, the forehead. It is showing us that before there was this likeness, there was this likeness. And this likeness only exists because of the change from this likeness here. This was changed. Now they added it and create both fins. Now let me show you something else about this that you do not know. And this is what makes my paranormal experience and encounter so unique. I've discovered that our reptilian ape ancestor came from a unique evolution throughout the earlier on periods of mankind. We came from that of the body out of the ocean, of that of the whale and then the shark. It's my position that this side here, this fin, symbolizes that evolutionary passage. So even at Da Vinci's Last Supper, with that of Bartholomew and the body, and with that of this Bartholomew is shown wearing the cloak of the reptilian, which is the dinosaur, and then it has a great white shark down at the bottom and an image of an ape. The same image is in Bartholomew. You have to see my video on that. So from the body of the shark came the reptilian ape, and through a genetic contamination process, which is being symbolized in this right here, it shows the reptilian with the snake on the head. There's the altar, and then through the body of the lion, the genetic change, came the likenesses of the Egyptian people. So we have the ape, the reptilian ape, the ape, and the African reference on this side reference. We have the body of that of our oceanic creatures referenced on this side, and then we have the symbolization of that of the reptilian up here through the body of the snake, and then at the bottom the lion, all referenced in this great Sphinx. And all of these innuendos that I can prove throughout my, not just my videos, but through my paranormal experience and encounter, shows that the great Sphinx is a contributing symbolic message to that, to show how the Egyptian people came to their likeness. Now, I need to go into something else, because there is something else that is going to fascinate you about this. Here's another earlier on image. Let me go to another image first. Look at this, people. Look at this. Look at that monkey's face right there. Can you can see that, right? Yeah, you see the monkey's face. Look, perfectly clear. Even almost gives you the lips. Look. Look at that. A dimensional image that tells you that these people came from that creature, bridged over, and what? They're bridged over what? The body of the lion. Everything that is shown in Christianity today, and every piece of artwork is all detailed, how it is all happening. Look at this. Look at this, people. Now, there's something I want to show you else that is unique about this. I'm going to bring up some images. Look at the monkey's face. all of the images from the Sphinx before it was unearthed. Look at the monkey's face in there, people. Which is, I mean, this is not no coincidence. Man evolved from monkey. And monkey evolved from that of the creature of the oceanic waters, which is in this case symbolized as the fin of the shark, which both of them together creates the presence of those fins on the cobra, which represents the reptilian presence, and all of that bridged over the body of the lion. Now let me keep going because I'm going to make this video short. Look at this, people. Look at the ape. This has been altered to now match this side, so you don't see it. So when you Google modern images or images of the Sphinx, they don't show you this. You have to Google the Sphinx while still buried in sand. Images of the great Sphinx buried in sand is what I Google, and this is what you come up with. An image of African ape and the change, the transformation. And it's telling you over the body of the lion, the body of the reptilian, all of this happened. The fin of the great white, the megalodon shark, representation of all of that, the body embodiment of the whale and the ape, and then Egyptian people. Now it gets deeper than this. I'm gonna sum in this video up. We'll make a very short video out of this. I'm gonna show you a couple of these images so where you can get the message right along with me. Look at this. Okay, look how interesting these images are. Look at this, people. Look at that. Now, there's something very interesting about this, because you know what else is interesting about the Great Sphinx? That do you realize that you'll be hard pressed to find an image of the back of the Great Sphinx. You'd be hard pressed. The back head of the Great Sphinx. There are rare, it would probably be a rare photo if you can find that. The back of, while in this, you almost get it here. And I think I did find one. And I'm going to tell you why you'll be hard pressed to find that image. Look how they changed it dramatically now over here. Look how they changed. They would rather for you to see this than to see that ape on the side, because then the cat's out of the bag. Because you know what? It tells you that the Egyptian people knew who they were, which makes perfect sense, right, people? Because back then, earlier on in history, for the people to have the knowledge to create this, they had the damn knowledge to know where the fuck they came from. People, you have been taken for a roller coaster ride, and every person of antiquity over in Egypt, starting with Zawi Hawass, need to be fired. Need to be fired. Because they are deceiving their own people. Now, I'm going to show you, here's another image of the Great Sphinx head buried in sand. And I'm going to tell you why you don't have no images of the back of that. You know why you don't have no images of the back of this? You know why? Because if you were to see this Sphinx, this monument from the back, then you will realize that from the back, it looks like what? The head of a dick, a penis. Which makes for perfect sense that from the penis, the chemistry of everything here, emerged the Egyptian people from the body of the dick. And actually the neck here is creating that. Consistent with other monuments around the world globally that shows creatures coming from the pineal gland, the penis. So the transformation of all of this through the body of the lion, new genes created and calls for the Egyptian people, and it's showing it in a symbolic way through the penis, the pineal gland. Google earlier images of that, people, and you will see what I'm talking. This is why you'll be hard pressed to find images. Here's one here of the pyramid from, and look how it was changed. Here's an earlier on image, and this is what it actually was before that. And actually, you almost see. In fact, I can almost see a penis in the ear here. I'm getting carried away now, but anyway, check this out. Before it was unearthed, look at the back here. Look at that right there. Now it's been changed and altered, filled in. Now, they took away from the truth and reality and what was there. Now it's smoothed over in the back, and they took out the shape of that in the back. But you know what that's representing? The penis. Now, let's go to this guy here, because here's another. This guy here between the legs, the ram-like figure on this. So, the penis is the representation, the building blocks of life, I mean, of these creatures, and is representing the penis. This is what this is telling us. Through the pineal gland and the bridging over with these creatures came our likeness, changes. And that's what these great sphinxes, or these sphinxes, or the insinuation of saying, are suggesting. I'm going to cut this video short. I think I got my point across, and I'm making it short and sweet. From the back, you see this? You see that? The shaft of the penis? From the back, looking this way, it would say from the body over these creatures, from the penis, the pineal gland, came this. This is a face chiseled out of that of a penis, and the line is down at the bottom telling you that there was a bridging over. This is I mean, simple. This is what I'm telling you, people. So imagine what's being found in those what-you-calls, in the tombs, in the Valley of the Kings and other locations. And then you have people that are in charge of relaying the truth to us, and is not doing it. But see, people, this is why things like this were created by our ancestors, because they knew in the future, somewhere along the line, that there was going to be deceitful people like those that are deceiving us right now. So, but anybody that's drawn to this paranormally, like I am, because there is a spiritual sense and design behind all of this. So a person that is truly with the paranormal experience and encounter as I am, can be drawn into this as if they created this. When I look at this as being, I'm the creator of this. Because my ancestors, who I am genuinely paranormally connected to, allows for me to take my vision and go into myself and come back, find the computer, find that memory, that lost knowledge, and bring it back and show it to you on the screen in technology here in modern time. My name is Gerone Wright, and I'm going to let this video end here. Be probably the shortest video I made since I was allowed to make videos and only had 15 minutes or so in the beginning. But I'm going to end this video here. It's my position that the Great Sphinx is a representation of before and after genetics. And this is the reason why the embodiment of the lion now is actually, that almost looks like the face of a devil there. Chin, mouth, eye, forehead, the head. There's a head right here, like a demonic figure right there. But you know, I'm going to tell you something about all of this, and if you want to know about that, you can go back to earlier on images. The thing about all of this, what grabs me about all of this, is that it's amazing how everything is right there in our faces. The truth is in our faces, but yet we refuse to see it. You know, and this is the reason why I'm going to be just as famous for bringing this stuff to you, as it was for those became famous from and from keeping it from us. It's amazing that this is what it's all coming to. The truth finally being able to be told. And it's amazing that the greatest minds in the world that have been on these locations, scientists, explorers from all across the world, they go there, they test the sands, they do this, that, the third. And when it was never about testing of the sands or testing of soils, it was always about imagery. Imagery is the universal language of not just here in our worlds, but beyond in space. Your eyes, and then the knowledge behind your eyes, because everything that powers your eyes is based on informations and knowledge that is already in you, stored in you, because everything that we are today at one point journeyed through this. So everything that I'm experiencing, you have already in you. So as I'm describing this to you, I am awakening a part of you in you that has already been aware of this, and it resonates with you. It clicks with you. The reason why it clicks with you is because you've been here just like I've been here, but in the information sense. My name is Gerone Wright, and you're here with me on my YouTube Gerone Wright channel. If you like this video, like it and share it. Thank you. Or the earth removed from it, should I say. Now, I'm drawn into this image. I'm drawn into this image. Now, I first realized that earlier on images of this done by, I think it's David Roberts or Robert Davids, an artist whom I've decoded his artwork, that the Great Sphinx had been altered. Now, and this actually, when I get done with this video, you're gonna realize it's buried in sand. Okay. Now, why would I Google images for the Great Sphinx buried in the sand? Well, through my paranormal experience and encounter, I know that, I don't have no way of being in Egypt and associating myself with what is going on with the Sphinx right now in this point and in this era, because I know that whatever was there to be seen and realized then and felt and experienced has long ago been contaminated. So through my paranormal experience and encounter, my instinctive knowledge. Hello everybody, Gerone Wright here again, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel. Okay, in this video, through my paranormal experience and encounter, you're going to find that we're back here at the Egyptian Great Sphinx, and these are images of the Great Sphinx. Okay, in order for you to find out where I'm at here with this within this video, you can Google, and which I did Google, is images for the Great Sphinx buried in sand. I Googled images for the Great Sphinx knowledge, and my instinctive multidimensional sense of awareness tells me to go back to the images when the Great Sphinx was being relieved of his sand, or removed from the sands, or the sands removed off of the Great Sphinx, because then my connection with what I'm already realizing through my multidimensional sense of awareness allows me to be drawn into what is there, as if I'm there at the period that this Egyptian monument was being unearthed or removed from the earth. Okay, that the earlier when the Great Sphinx was unearthed, it did not have what I'm calling its fins. It did not have its fins intact. They were distorted. All of these earlier images of that great Sphinx being taken out of the sand, or the sand removed from around the great Sphinx, that's the better way of putting it, that there was distortion with the fins on the Sphinx. Now I'm going to go into, let me click on the one, and there's one there.